Elise had always longed for adventure beyond the narrow streets of her village. Life had been predictable, bound by duty and expectation. When Lord Bluebeard arrived, his proposal came as both a shock and an escape. He was rich, powerful, and despite the dark whispers surrounding his past, undeniably captivating. Her father, crushed under the weight of financial ruin, urged her to accept a life of luxury. Elise, no more hunger, no more cold nights. Her mother's warning was softer but no less firm. His past is clouded in mystery. Are you sure? Elise, drawn to the unknown, whispered, I have to see for myself. The journey to Bluebeard's estate was long, the path winding through thick forests that swallowed the sun. When the carriage finally stopped, Elise stepped into a world unlike any she had known. The mansion loomed ahead, tall and silent, its stone walls whispering secrets. Bluebeard greeted her at the doors, his piercing gaze sending an involuntary shiver through her. Welcome home, my dear Elise. The first days passed in indulgence. Servants attended to her every need, and every room gleamed with wealth. Yet, something felt off. Some halls were too quiet, and the servants avoided looking her in the eyes. One evening, as they dined by candlelight, Bluebeard reached into his coat and placed a bundle of keys before her. You are free to explore the mansion, but there is one door you must never enter, the one at the end of the west wing. Promise me. Elise's fingers brushed the cold metal. Why? His smile was unreadable. Some doors remain locked for a reason. That night, curiosity gnawed at her. And then, past midnight, she heard something, a faint creaking sound. The west wing beckoned. Elise moved through the darkened hallways, the keys clutched tightly in her trembling hand. The west wing was colder, its silence heavier. The forbidden door loomed before her, its iron handle gleaming under flickering candlelight. She hesitated. Bluebeard's warning echoed in her mind. But her fingers found the smallest key, a delicate silver piece that seemed almost eager to fit into the lock. Click! The door groaned open, revealing a spiral staircase leading downward. The air was thick, carrying the metallic scent of rust or blood. Her heartbeat thundered as she descended, the candle casting shifting shadows on the damp stone walls. At the bottom stood another door, slightly ajar. She pushed it open and nearly screamed. The chamber was lined with mannequins, or so she thought. But stepping closer, the truth sent her stomach twisting in horror. They were women, preserved in time, their eyes wide and empty, their bodies arranged as if waiting for their master's return. Elise stumbled back, bile rising in her throat. Her breath hitched as she heard it, a slow, deliberate step behind her. You shouldn't have done that, Elise. Elise spun, but the doorway was empty. Bluebeard's voice had come from the darkness itself. She clutched the keys so tightly they bit into her skin. She needed to escape. Now! Forcing herself to breathe, she backed out of the chamber, shutting the door as gently as her shaking hands allowed. Every nerve screamed at her to run, but she steadied herself. If Bluebeard suspected, she was as good as dead. She returned to her chambers, her mind racing. He had been testing her all along, hadn't he? Gauging her obedience, waiting for her to slip. And now he knew. She needed allies. But who? The servants feared him too much to help. Yet there was an old maid who had looked at her differently, and a mute servant who lingered in the shadows, always watching. Tomorrow she would find out where their loyalties lay. The maid, Agnes, hesitated before speaking. You are not the first. He chooses women like you, clever, curious. But there is more than Bluebeard at work here. Elise frowned. What do you mean? Agnes pressed something into her hand. A locket. The last wife. She left this. Inside is the truth. Elise pried it open, revealing a tiny folded note. He is not the true master of this house. The souls here do not belong to him. They belong to something much worse. The candles flickered violently. Elise looked up and gasped. The preserved women were standing. Their mouths moved, but no sound came out. Yet, in her mind, she heard them run. He is coming. Elise's plan was set. She would steal a horse and flee under the cover of night. But as she stepped into the stables, a shadow moved. Leaving so soon? Bluebeard's voice was almost sad. Elise gripped the dagger she had hidden in her dress. I know the truth. You're not the one in control. He sighed. No, I never was. The wind howled, and suddenly, the air grew thick, the shadows shifting unnaturally. Bluebeard turned, his expression resigned. You should run, but it won't let you go either. A low, guttural whisper filled the air. She stays. The walls trembled. The preserved women's mouths twisted open in silent screams. Elise ran. She barely made it to the gates when the mansion itself seemed to pulse. The doors slammed shut behind her, locking Bluebeard inside with whatever horror truly ruled that house. But as Elise reached the woods, the last words of a trapped soul echoed in her mind. You don't understand. He was trying to protect you. And then silence. The nightmare wasn't over.
Did you enjoy part 1? What do you think truly haunts Bluebeard's mansion? Let us know in the comments if you want to see part 2. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our next thrilling story.